second string, she's at mega camp, so they brought in the third string. So, welcome everybody. I'm so glad that we've got more than 2 people in the audience because we had nobody for a while. Welcome. Okay.
Sophia, don't go far.
Yes, Sophia, don't go far. It's not moving. Sophia.
Oh, it was right. It was right.
It's not moving, Sophia.
She needs you, I think. Not moving.
It's not moving. I know.
Already.
I know.
It's her leg.
Actually,
I
It's
know.
the leg.
It's the leg, yeah.
it's the height. I just have to have my tea.
Okay,
I know, me too.
all right.
Before I come.
Just a little technical error. Okay, mission moment. Y'all know I don't like going.
Honestly,
Good morning.
you have me here, so don't worry.
Thank you. So the mission moment didn't come up. So we've got a double fail. Yeah, there's nothing there. Does anybody want to share anything? As far as culture? Huh? You want me to do a tap dance?
Yes.
Can't do it with the bum leg right now. So let's see. Yes.
I will just say that it is so easy to say when you get these phone calls from all of the other agencies. Would you come in and talk to us? It's so easy to say no because of our culture.
Oh, that's great. I even get calls and I don't even have very much production. But yeah, it is nice. It is nice. We are a family here. Good. Okay. Fill the bucket. Anybody? Oh, Joe, you look like you have something you're pondering already. Okay. Teresa.
When my pocket is getting filled, slowly but steadily, the one that I shared 2 weeks ago, the agent that took the listing and didn't do anything with it, didn't put it on the market. He finally agreed he canceled the listing. So the prospect sent me a copy of that. And they said that because of that, they're not going to sign another listing as yet. They said just sign for your client and we'll pay you. So I called the board. At first, an attorney told me, sign it. This is the one you fill out. And then I called for another question. And then the second attorney told me, no, that's not the one you fill out. This is the one you fill out. So that second one was more detailed and was better. And that's what I did.
So you're thanking the board?
I called Simon. I mean, what?
Simon, our broker.
Okay, I called Simon, but before I got back to me, I had already gotten the answer. So I said, don't worry about it. So now my client is looking at it. And actually, he's not going to be able to come to this Saturday. So I went by yesterday. I said, we are only 3 months. I'm not going to be rushed. I'm starting up in me. I'm not going to be. But he said he's going to try not to take too long to decide. But based on the information I gave him already, I think he likes it already. So he just has to verify their income that they are selling it for.
Well, hopefully we'll get to celebrate you soon with a closed house.
Amen.
Yeah. Anybody else? Penny.
Yes, hey, my booking bill actually isn't for somebody in the office, but it's for the eviction group. If you need someone, go to Coastal Pub and check on the guy. I forget his name. He does the eviction. He has been amazing. He's helped me through a very difficult situation on South Street. And fingers crossed, 31st of August at 12:01. We will have access to the property that we've been waiting since March to get into.
That's nice.
So if you need someone, he's wonderful and he does reply to text messages, phone calls. He's really, really good at giving information.
Good. Yay. Leslie.
That saying of like, you don't really appreciate something until it's gone. It was sad when she was gone, but I'm so thrilled to have her back because I'm just starting my day with a simple good morning from her and a smile on her face and turn my day around.
Yeah, we're all happy to have our little bride back. Great.
I want to fill the bucket for Deborah Bell,
Uh-oh.
because even though she is in Austin, she's blowing up my phone with all the latest and greatest things. And she just also reiterated that they're talking about shift a lot. So if you guys haven't read it, if you've already read it once, read it again. If you're not currently reading it, you should be reading it now.
I do have an extra copy in my office if somebody wants to borrow it.
Can I borrow?
Anybody else?
I have one for Dre, Robin, and Jasmine. That they're holding me accountable to read the shift book and doing the things that I should be doing.
Well, you need to hurry up and get through it. You get out of the market's gonna shift again.
I know. I know. So, but we meet up every week after meetings and we talk about the book and all of that. So they've been holding me accountable to do some things that I don't like doing.
And we focused.
And I'd like to fill the bucket for Halley and Deborah because they're normally the ones that are doing this. I'm not. And I appreciate them for doing it every week or bi-weekly. This isn't my forte by any means. So.
We appreciate you, Cindy.
All right.
Absolutely. Glad you're there to take over.
You guys, you snuck in on us.
Ah, you didn't know.
Didn't know.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Hey, there's not a party without the partiers.
There you go. Do you two have anything to fill the bucket with?
No, I mean, just good energy. And I just was going to say thank you, Cindy, for running the meeting. And thank you, everyone, for not heckling her. I think that's she's going to do a great job. But yeah, that's it.
And Deborah, are you going to row your boat home or how are you going to survive all that rain?
Yeah, there's been a pause. We had light sprinkles today, but it's calling for rain every day. So I imagine we'll get some more tomorrow and later today. So we'll see. A lot of the flights were, they were switched to fly into Dallas and sat on the tarmac for a while. And then finally we were able to get in a few hours later time last night. So I'm glad that there's been a pause, but they are really getting pounded with rain. It's crazy. Oh, we saw the bats. Night before last. Saw the bats.
So if you've not been to Austin, is it on the Ladybird Bridge?
I don't know, but it's the one I'm looking out on from my window right now. So
So come dusk,
Congress Avenue.
these bats come out and they just snort. It's crazy. And it's really cool.
Look for Manny's post he did. We all took videos and it just come out like in mass. It's unbelievable, but yeah, we got to see people line up the whole way down the bridge.
Okay.
Crazy.
All right. Are we done with filling the bucket? Anybody else? Okay. New agents to the office. Donald's not here, but welcome Donald Gettleman and Chad Patel. Both are, I think Chet, or not Chad, Chet. I think he's got a little bit of production and I think Donald is a new agent. So make sure that they're both welcome. And our cappers. Yay. So Janine babies, come on up, Janine.
Speech.
We have a capper box for you. Janine was going to retire. And she's had the two busiest years of her lifetime. So
Good time to go out.
yes, congratulations. Yes. Do you want to share anything about how you did this, capping 2 times in a row?
I was blessed.
Mhm.
Many years ago, like 20 years ago or so, I have a very dear friend who had a huge portfolio of properties. He was an investor in residential real estate. And he appointed me executor of his estate, which he just died in November a couple of years ago. And I said at the time, well, if I'm going to have to liquidate all these properties, maybe I should learn how to do that now. And that's how and why I got into the business at the time. I had my own rental properties, so some of the language was familiar to me and so on. But I didn't get into it to be a top producer. But it doesn't matter. The best thing for me about Keller Williams is they were here to support me at whatever level I wanted to achieve. And that's true for you, whether you want to do 1 deal a year or if you want to do 20 deals a year. And if you want to do 20 deals a year, my hat's off to you, because these last 2 years, I could not have done that for 17 years, but it was a nice way.
And we're not letting you go just yet. You still have a couple more deals.
No. The pipeline has been shut off. You know, I think there's probably some clever phrase that realtors never retire, they just whatever, but I haven't been able to fill in that whatever. So my license is still active. I could do something if I want to. I've worked mostly by referral anyway. I found out along the way, I don't like working with strangers. Really build rapport with everybody that I've had a little bit of rapport with before. I did everything wrong. So don't do it like I did, do as I say, not as I did. I didn't have a database. I didn't learn the systems. I didn't do anything right, but it worked for me. And you'll find a way to make it work for you too. So just hang in there. This shift will shift again.
And our other capper is Donna Herman. I thought Donna was going to be here. Anyway, Donna, I was in Greece with Donna, and she was sharing with me that she was like a couple $100 away from capping, and she had like 3 or 4 deals that she was working on there in Greece. And boy, since she's gotten back, she's put them all together. So now she's hitting 100% on those 3 or 4 deals. Yeah. Congratulations, Donna. And to congratulate our first transactions, Chris Porter, he joined our office, I think about 3 months ago. And so he just closed his first transaction. Congratulations to him. And Paula Weiss. Paula Weiss is also in our mentor program. I believe Deborah's her mentor. And she closed her first transaction. I think she's got another one getting ready to go. And I believe, did Paula go to Bold? Deborah?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, she did. And just Chris also is in the mentor program. He mentors with Leslie Campos.
Yay, Leslie. Thank you. It's so nice to see all the mentees getting in production. It really is. It's a powerful program here.
When did Paula join?
Paula, maybe the first of the year. Okay. We have a new program that Miss Leslie and Gabby are doing. Leslie, do you want to come up for a second? And come on. Your hair looks so pretty today.
I just like this as much as you do. Okay. Gabby's kind of the mastermind behind this, but she's busy today. We borrowed the idea from another office, and we came up with this and said, you know, it's a marketing piece that we're going to put out every 2 weeks. And then if you want to use it to door drop, to door knock, to advertise on social media, whatever you want to do, you're welcome to do. It'll feature new listings, but we need your permission. There's a Google form associated with this. So if you want your property to be considered, fill out the Google form. We're going to use the 15th and the 30th as our due dates so that we can prep the flyer and put it together. We're going to give priority to new listings. Your listing doesn't have to be new, but we're going to give priority to new listings, obviously. And is there anything else I need to say?
Well, this is almost like back in the day when the Sunday paper would
I was going to
come
say
out.
like the penny saver classifieds used to do
Yeah.
something like this.
Yeah,
So,
I think this is great. You can have this at your open house.
yeah,
um,
exactly.
So if that property isn't the one that they want to see, you've got a few other ones to offer.
When this goes out, Sophia will send this out, and when it does, all the information at the bottom, this will be sent via Canva, but all the information at the bottom is editable, so you can put in your own personal information. Yes, you start.
I can't read the, what are the QR codes for?
To submit your property or for the Canva template?
Also, so those are for us, not
Yes.
for the consumer.
Correct, but if you
Gotcha.
wanted to, you could, on Gabby's version, she has a QR code here in the middle, and she uses that for herself. So you can put one on there and lead them anywhere you want them to go. Make it as a, I can't even think of what it's called. Total brain fart. On your website, you can just basically have it as a static page that you just, update every 2 weeks, so your QR code maybe goes there, and then you can lead gen from there.
So it's gonna go out on the 15th and the last day of the
15th and
month?
the 30th will be the deadlines to submit,
Okay,
and then I think we're gonna put them out first and the 15th. Don't quote me on that. This is a Gabby, this is a Gabby thing. But she told me this morning, 15th and 30th is deadlines, so
Okay.
submit by then.
all right.
So,
Hey, Cindy,
Hi,
can you guys hear me okay? I've got my headphones in. Can you hear me okay?
can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear your what? Okay,
I can always talk louder and deeper. Anyways, first of all, I just want to commend Leslie and Gabby for coming up with this idea. In real estate, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? You need to look at what's working and then find a way to make it work for you. So I just want to commend Leslie and Gabby. They came to us with this idea, fully realized, and said, can we get some support from the office? And we were all so happy to jump on board. So if any of you have ideas like this that could be in value for your business, for other people's business in the brokerage, we want to help support you. So come to us, share your ideas, come with them realized, and then we can find ways to plug in and to help from an office perspective. But great job, you guys, and very proud of your leadership. This is a wonderful opportunity for people in the market center.
thank you.
So if somebody submits their property on there, you're automatically getting their approval that we can use their property for marketing purposes.
Yes. Yes.
When
Yes,
it's in Canva, you have to make sure that you don't need a
pro version.
premium. So I got hit, and it's really, really hard to get Canva to credit the money back.
Okay.
So it has to be just a generalized Canva account.
Okay, we'll look into that.
Penny, this one should be. We tried to make sure that it didn't have any pro versions. If it does, we'll change it so that it has it can be accessed with the free Canva account.
And so do you want to get updated if a property goes into escrow, that you're going to put a banner across it or anything? Or you're just going to continue?
No, I think for right now, we're just gonna leave them as, just advertised properties. I think the more data we have to put on there, the more complicated
Okay.
it's gonna get. I mean, Gabby and myself are doing this, so we don't need it to take up too much time.
Okay.
So, yes,
Does it have to be a listing or can it be potentials?
no, listen, yeah, they have to have a signed contract and be in the MLS, so. Anything else? All righty,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. Marketing supplies. So going along with what Leslie's doing, we have some things that the office has had for years, but because of COVID, we kind of stepped away from it. So a lot of you have used the Unibinder, because you can put a listing presentation in or anything like that. Sophia can help print and bind it for you. So think of different reasons and purposes for this. The other thing that we have is this little video brochure. You can put pictures of the open house. You could put the listings on here. And so when people are walking through your open house, they can see the other properties, what you would do for marketing for them. So make yourself stand out a little bit more. And then, of course, we have the coastal t-shirts, men and women's, and we have black and gray. So if you're looking for something, see Sophia in her little store. She'll be more than happy to help you. Yeah. Okay. Knowing your numbers. Okay, so we're not doing the traditional leadership moment today. So what I'm sharing with you is just as the office every month after I transmit, we get a multi-year trend report. You as agents also have that. And so you have the ability to track your numbers If you've been here for 5 or 7 years, you'll have the history of that. If you're new, it'll just start with this year. It'll show you when you've listed a property, when you've sold a property, what the price point was, how many days on the market. And it just gives you a total history of what you've done over the years. We study it and we know how many listings we had last year at this time. So if our listings are down, we go, it's summertime, people are on vacation. It's always surprising how busy December gets around here. You guys think that, there aren't a lot of closings in December? There are. People want to get done before the end of the year. So this is where you find your multi-year trends. So you'll log on to your MyKW, and then you have 2 places that you can go. You can either go to access my reports where it's circled here, or right below your picture, there is a little section that says reports. You can click either one of those. And then you'll get a pull down that shows reports and associates and multi-year trends. So you go there. Halley's also put the QR code there for you. So if you want to just do that directly, you can, so that you don't have to go through all of these steps. And there you go. It'll show you your closed units. It'll show you closed sales volumes, listing taken, sold, buy and sell volume, and a lot more information. So if you want to see what months of the year you really do business, this will track it for you. And it'll also show you your average price point. So it'll help you with, growing those numbers, becoming a luxury agent, that sort of thing. Does anybody have any questions on that? Or if you want to go over it with me in my office, I'll be more than happy to. There's a lot of great reports in here for you guys, especially on your associates tab that you can pull down. Donna Herman uses it all the time she doesn't do it for goal setting, but she does it to encourage herself or drive herself that she wants to do better than she did the year before. She wants to do better than she did the month before. And so it's a nice little tool. Okay, leadership updates. As I told you, we're not doing the regular leadership because the game's not here. But see what happens. Halley and Kim are going to join us via Zoom.
Such suspense, Cindi, such suspense. I know, and we do have Deborah here too, which is funny. So it's not as funny because she's here. The joke would have landed better, but
I've been trying to get a special guest for today.
I love that. Okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and start. Cindi, can you go to the next slide?
There you go.
Okay, you guys, let's talk about these spam texts, okay? So, in the real estate world, all of our information is public. Why? We market them, we put them on social media, right? That's a part of growing your business. Because of that, our names, phone numbers, and likeness can easily be used in spam and scam, resources here. So fairly frequently, maybe about 4 to 5 times a year, somebody pretends to be either myself, Manny, or Simon, and will send you a text. And the text is actually going to look like this. I screenshotted it from what happened on, I believe, Friday or Saturday night and set it. So for example, this text says, "Hello, I'm heading into a meeting right now and I can't talk on the phone, but let me know if you get my text." And then it says Halley right underneath, right? So first of all, I will never text you from a number that is not the one listed on your screen. Neither will Manny or neither will Simon. So if you guys don't have our number saved in your phone, do so right now. So if you receive a text like this, just know that I will never ask you to buy eBay gift cards at 10 p.m. at night and screenshot them and send me a photo of the pin to redeem. Okay, no offense, everybody, but I have wonderful people that work for me, like Cindi and Deborah, who will run and get me eBay cards at midnight or whatever we need to. But the point is we will never, ever ask you to buy or send gift cards. So if you receive a text like this, the best thing to do is to turn around and call one of our actual numbers or send us an email, right? So I'm just going to periodically put this in the team meeting so we can talk about it. Some of our agents kind of have fun with them, to be honest with you, because this is how the first text starts out, and then it kind of unravels from there, which is pretty funny. But again, don't trust it. We will always text you from these numbers, and we will never ask you for gift cards ever. Okay? Questions? Got it? Most of you guys have gotten the text before. Okay, cool. Moving on. Cindy, next slide.
Okay,
Great. Let's talk about something more exciting, and that's our new 72 sold partnership that Keller Williams has done. Most of you guys have heard this announcement so far. It's a really exciting program. It's going to bring unique opportunities to most of you who are looking for more listings, who are looking for more programs to be able to offer your buyers or your sellers, particularly right now in this market. No other company or program has this partnership at this point. This is strictly with Keller Williams. Cindy, do you want to go to the next slide for me? Thanks. So what's 72 sold? We've had a lot of questions about this. So really it's kind of two parts. One part is a marketing section and program integration. The second one is actually going to be the program itself. 72 sold is going to give you seller leads. So what is 72 sold? Has anyone there, you guys heard of it? Have you guys heard? It was founded in Arizona. I think about 10 years ago, if I believe correctly, maybe a little bit over 10 years ago. Since its inception, really, it was a program that was started by a local broker who said, I want to give my sellers the best experience possible. No hassle, very few showings. Buyers get to decide. They don't get to decide when they see the home. So no more lock boxes or Supras on these properties, right? And the buyers don't get to decide when they write offers. The 72 sold program is really centered around creating an auction-like environment that's going to help generate interest and of course sell the property within 72 hours. So they're nice short contracts. Everyone works, the agents work on finding the buyers first. You give the buyers a date. So you're creating and funneling them all into one day and one showing. And again, you're creating like an auction-like atmosphere, really, per se, is the best word to say it. So that's what the program is itself. Now, how does it benefit you as a Keller Williams agent? Like I said, there's really two programs. The first program they have is the marketing and program access. So 72 Sold does have a nationally wide known and recognized name. They do run advertisements both on print, on social media, also on television. They're moving national at the end of quarter or the beginning of Q1 of next year. So really you're getting access, if you opt into the program and the marketing, of all of their advertisement, all their videos, their listing presentation. You get the certification to be able to use their program to go on these listing appointments. There's plenty of social media content for you to use to generate leads, to run Facebook ads, etc. And then there's that second tier to what 72 Sold is, and that's where they're actually going to provide you leads from their national system. The average 72 Sold person who's participating in the leads program is getting 4 to 6 seller leads a month. And so far, with quite a few market centers that I've talked to, they're getting about an 80 to 90% conversion from lead to appointment. So most of them are actually going on the appointment, which I think is really, pretty high when you look at lead generation, and again, they're for actual listings. So Cindy, go ahead and go to the next one. You guys, they are having a lot of webinars that are coming up because this is a brand new program. There's a lot of ins and outs. There is some financial investment depending on which program you choose. If you guys want to scan the QR code down there, you can actually register for one of the upcoming webinars, which are happening about once or twice a week, and you can get all of your questions answered. So again, very exciting. Questions, comments so far? Was anyone on the Zoom?
No.
Nope.
I'm on the Zoom, but I don't have any questions. Halley.
Oh, glad you're on the Zoom now, Teresa, but yeah. But they did have a Zoom webinar presentation. I heard a lot, you guys. It's very, very exciting. A couple of our agents have already bought into the 72 sold. So now they're getting trained to be able to offer that program. Again, this is next level, something that's completely exclusive. Your competitors aren't doing this. It's a real quick, easy solution right now with this market term that we're seeing with our sellers, because it's offering them the easy button. You know, it's offering them the opportunity to not have people going in and out of their house all the time, to be able to get that auction-like environment. So you're getting more really for your purchase price than probably what list price is. So very exciting. If there's no other questions, comments.
I see a couple of people shooting the QR codes. We'll leave this up for a second.
Good. Okay, good. And again, you guys register for the Zoom webinars. I gave you just a little nugget. It's very, very informative. And again, they've been running this program. Actually, the Boise Market Center has been running this program for about a year now. And I just met with their representative. And like I said, they're seeing amazing results from it. So much so that there are people now exclusively just working this 72 sold system with their clients and their top producers in their market center for sure.
Halley, at this time, is it only for residential? Is there multi-units or commercial?
So that's where the two different programs kind of lies, Cindy, because could a commercial agent buy into the marketing and use that for marketing? Absolutely, right? The 72 sold program really is built for more residential because of the program that it's built in, to be able to not have a Supra, to have your first open house on a Saturday and say, you know, offers to be in by later today. So it's not that you couldn't use it for commercial. I definitely would say the marketing side would be, but the actual leads that you would come in if you buy into the seller leads portion, that's going to be just residential currently, to my knowledge.
Okay. And we did have one question from Alice. She wanted to know what the price point was.
Yeah, great question, Alice. Best thing I can say is go to the Zoom webinar. There's a bunch of different levels, and depending on what type of support and things like that you're looking for, there's a lot of financial nuances that goes into that. So I would definitely attend the Zoom webinar for more questions and to find out more details.
Any questions from the group here?
Cool. And we'll have, like I said, at least a couple of our agents have done it already, have bought into the marketing to the program, and one just bought into the leads. I will have them come and update and share their experience and see if it's working and things that are pros and cons. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All righty. Now we have Kim Jordan. You all know Kim probably. She's our tech guru. Every Friday, she always does it was originally called New Age Orientation. Now it's just Agent Orientation. And I know when you all start, you're given so much stuff and your head's just swimming. So check back in on Friday afternoons with Kim, because sometimes you'll get a one-on-one session with her and she can help you with websites and all different kinds of things. So Kim, take it away.
Thank you, Cindy. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here today. I haven't been to a coastal team meeting for a while, so I'm super excited. Today, I thought what I'd talk about would be 5 different ideas on how you can customize your KW website. So, you know, some of you use your website more than others, but regardless of that, your website is out there and it's kind of like your digital business card. So even if you're not promoting it, I can guarantee you there are people that are looking you up. So you want your website to be as, you know, updated and robust as it can be. So I wanted to tell you about ways that you can customize it and kind of give it your own personality. But I do want to let you know that all the ways that I'm going to talk about today, they're easy and they're not too time consuming, but obviously we know that, you know, on a day-to-day basis, you're busy with tasks for your business and you might not have time to do some of these customizations, and that's okay. If you love tech and it's something that you enjoy, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make these changes. But if not, there's a simple solution with one email to Scott Leroy. he can do this for you. So I highly encourage you, and I'll remind you of his email in a second, but I highly encourage you, anytime you have a small task and it's something that you think you're going to spend valuable time on that you could be using in another area of your business, please just reach out to Scott. Okay, so Cindi, let's look at number 1. All right, so a lot of people forget that the stock images that come on their homepage, there's 5 of them and they rotate in a slideshow. Those are just stock images, and you're welcome to change those out for your own images. So I've given you an example here of an agent that has removed the stock images and she's added her own. So this might be images from a past listing that you had, or maybe it's just some images from the neighborhoods that you service, or maybe a beach community if you're, going for the beach theme. So there's lots of options, and it's a great way to give it a more personal flair. And also you'll see right in the center above the property search, there's a tagline, and you're welcome to change that as well. So that's super easy to do. Let's look at that, Cindi, the next slide. Okay, so I'm assuming you all know how to get to command. That's agent.kw.com. And from the dashboard, you're going to go down to that very last applet in the menu bar called Consumer. And it will take you to these agent site pages, and you want to click on Site and App Settings there at the top right. And once you click on that, we'll go to the next slide. It takes us here, okay? So this is the back end of your website. This is where you make changes. This is where you can edit the different pages of your website. It's not actually from the website. It's here in Command. So from the Site and App Settings, you see right here, the first thing under General Settings is, what do you want the tagline to be? So you can enter in anything there that you want, up to 50 characters. Right underneath that, what's called the hero images. Basically, those are the images on the slideshow. They call them hero images. And it gives you the dimensions there, but it's very simple to swap them out. You just delete what's there, and then you upload your own images. Now, you don't have to delete all 5 of them. You can keep a couple of the stock images. There's nothing wrong with that, and add just 2 or 3 if you have it, or start with 1. It's up to you. And then what you can't see in my screenshot is there's a save button underneath. So don't forget to click save. Okay, so that's my first suggestion. Moving on to number 2 is, and this is also something that I think agents don't realize they have the capability to do, and that is to feature listings on the homepage. So Debbie and Rob Feldman were nice enough to let me use their website as an example. So they have their current listing here under the, it's right under the property search. You would find this section. They've titled it featured listings, but you could call it whatever you wanted. You could say my new listings, my recent listings, and you can add up to 12 listings there. So those might be your own, but if you don't have your own, maybe it's someone else, a coworker, or maybe a team member, or maybe your mentor, or maybe you're doing an open house and you just want to highlight that listing for a while. It really doesn't matter. You have the ability to add up to 12 listings, pulling from the MLS there. And the nice thing about it is, although it does take just one manual step to get the listings on there, once they become inactive on the MLS, they will automatically drop off. So there's no real maintenance you have to worry about going back and checking to see what's there and what's not there. When it is flagged inactive on the MLS, it will automatically drop off. So let's take a look at how we can do that. So again, we're going to that consumer app. Yep.
So do those featured listings have to be ours, or can the 12 that are on the flyer be uploaded every bi-weekly?
So I don't know if you heard the question, Kim. Do the listings on the flyer have to be the agent's personal listings?
On the homepage, no. So, as a rule of thumb, what we generally say, and a lot like you were just discussing with that hot sheet, it is good practice just to ask the agent if it's okay that you highlight their listing. But there's nothing, we're definitely allowed to highlight maybe properties in our service area or properties that fit the demographics or the price range that we work in. But yeah, it's always nice to just let someone know that you're, highlighting their listing, but I don't see much of a problem with it because it's kind of like free marketing. But yeah, it will pull from the MLS. It actually pulls from the KWLS, which is a collection of all the regional MLSs in the country. So technically, you could even highlight maybe a listing in your area and then maybe a listing in Big Bear. I mean, you can pull from whatever listings are attached there to the KWLS. Okay, so how we do this. So we're back at the dashboard. We're going to go down to consumer. It takes us to these agent site pages. And again, we're going to click on site and app settings. Okay, Cindy. Okay, and then from this page, we're going to click on the tab that's right in the center called featured listings. And this is where it gives you the opportunity to name this section whatever you want. As I mentioned, Debbie and Rob are calling it featured listings, but you could call it whatever you want. And then there's a button there where you can select the listing. That's going to take you to the KWLS where you can search any listing that you want to have featured there. And then you click save and they appear pretty much right away. Okay, so suggestion number 3, add a mortgage calculator. Now, I didn't give you any steps for this one because there are a few steps involved and I don't want to take up too much time, but just know that a mortgage calculator is kind of like a no-brainer. It's just, it's useful to have. Some people are going to find it and utilize it, and you can also direct people to it. If they're on your website or just searching in general, you can let them know, hey, I have a great mortgage calculator on my website if you're, doing the numbers. So this is a no-brainer. Add the mortgage calculator, kind of beefs up the website. Okay, number 4. Okay, so this is a new way that we can add some customization to the site. So this is choosing the registration criteria. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. So on the website, you've probably noticed that there are 2 buttons at the top right corner. So what are the purpose of these buttons? As you can see, there's one sign up and one login. And just as a reminder, this is not for you to log into your website. A lot of agents think in the beginning, this is how they access the backend. But as I've showed you, that's all done through command. So basically, we encourage the users of our site or our clients to create an account or register their name. And then that way they can go back and visit your website at a later time and see the previous searches and the listings that they've liked. So this is one way that they can do that. They can come here, they can click sign up. It will give them a short form. They can complete that form, create a password, and then the next time that they visit your site, they would click login and get back into their account. So let me show you what that looks like. So this is the prompt that would come if they clicked on sign up. And you can see it's fairly simple. It's just the first name, the last name, the email, and then whatever password. However, this is the thing. If they don't decide to sign up, maybe they, just are not doing that or they don't see that, and they decide they want to search for some properties. As soon as they start to utilize that property search, at some point, the website is going to prompt them to complete this form, because this is all about lead gen. This is how we're capturing the leads. So at some point, we need to stop them from searching and utilizing the property search and give us their contact info. And next slide, Cindy, I think. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Again, we're back in those site and app settings, and you can see we're right here under those hero images where you get to swap out the slideshow images. And you'll see it says registration. And now we're going to tell the website, do we want that property search to be unrestricted, meaning a visitor will be able to view unlimited properties before they're prompted to complete that form? Will they be able to see 10 properties before they're prompted? Or will they only be able to see 2 properties? Or are no properties viewed? A visitor can search, but will not be able to view any properties without registering. So you are going to set up the criteria for that, okay? And I will just throw this out there. A lot of agents that I've heard who have clients who maybe are, you know, they're using a website, but they may not want to take the time to actually go in and set up the account and the criteria of what the price range is and what the neighborhood is. Well, that's something you can do for them. So you can go in and sign them up and create that password with their email, and then let them know, hey, I've put together a saved search for you. Just go to my website and put in the password Tina Smith 123 or whatever you've created, and check out what I have saved for you. And of course, they can navigate through that. They can make changes and modifications to the search, you know, maybe like certain properties that they see. And remember, all that information is being dumped into command. So anything that they're doing on that property search, it's all dumping into command so that you can see their lead, their name and their email, and then whatever searches that they've compiled. So it's great artificial intelligence. And so that's just a little hack to kind of push them to your website and to start using that property search so that you can identify, okay, I see they're only looking at homes with a pool, or I see they're looking at homes in this particular price range. Just gives you more information. Okay, so now step number 5. I bet a lot of you don't even know that you can add this page to your website. So this is a page dedicated to our KW Concierge program. And for those of you that aren't that familiar with the concierge program, I'm going to tell you about an upcoming class in a second, but I'll just say very briefly, it's a program mainly designed for sellers, although we have buyers using the program now too. And this program allows your clients to do home improvements or repairs or just small projects on the property that are meant to increase the value of the home, right? Good for them, good for you. And the benefit of using this program is that they don't have any upfront costs. The costs for these services are all coming on the tail end through escrow. So you probably have clients that know if they maybe repaired that leaky roof, or even if they just planted some flowers out front for better curb appeal, you know, they would do it if they had the cash, but maybe they don't want to spend that cash. Well, this is a way that you can make those improvements and have it all come out through escrow. So it's a great way to promote it on your website. And I will tell you, because Keith wanted me to make sure you all knew that the reason he's not at the team meeting today is because he's actually at his listing meeting his KW Concierge project manager. So I told him I would give him a plug. But so Keith has been a great example of an agent that has utilized the program personally and for his clients to get the biggest bang for his buck, basically. And so on his website, he's added some videos. Here's an example of one. And then Cindy, if you click, you'll see here's another one. I think this may have been a flip that he did not long ago, but he has a little video and he's talking about how he made the home improvements and what he did, and he promotes concierge. And then the next slide, Cindy, this is general information. So you'll see we have some before and after pictures. We list some of the services that are included, and it also goes into how the cost structure works and how that financing works. So this general information is something that you too can have on your website. So I encourage you to do that, because especially, well, for all agents, but especially new agents, a lot of times they'll tell me, you know, I don't know, I don't think I have a lot to talk about yet. I don't have sold, I don't have too much experience. Well, concierge is a great thing to talk about when you don't have a lot to talk about yet. So I do encourage you to put it on your website and start promoting it. And I'll tell you, because I'm in the onboarding side of things, I have talked with agents coming from other brokerages, and they've told me, you know, we had a concierge program at our other brokerage, but I never promoted it. And I would say, well, why? How's that possible? And, you know, it was various reasons, but a lot of the time it was because the agent had to be too involved in the program. The agent ended up to be kind of like the middleman between the plumber and the client, or the landscaper, or interviewing different contractors. That is 100% not the way our concierge program is set up. You are not the project manager. Yes, you're kept in the loop to the degree that you want to be, but you're not out there making decisions. A project manager is assigned even for the smallest projects, and they will work directly with the client. So it's very turnkey, and it just makes sense for you to promote it. So I think the next slide I have yes, so we just put this class together. And actually on September 13th, our rep from Concierge, Laura McCarroll, is announcing some upgrades and changes to the program that she says we're going to be very excited about. So 2 days later, I secured her for this class. She's going to let us know what those changes are, what the additions are, and how we can utilize concierge in our business. So I encourage you all to make it to that if you can. And so then just as a wrap up, that last slide. Yeah, so here's Scott's email. Remember, you're welcome to send him any little task. And then I've given you the 5 ideas that I have if you want to jot those down or take a picture. And just like I said, send him an email, ask him to add these pages or update these pages on your site. And of course, contact me if you have any questions or concerns about the different pages. But that's about it.
Any questions for Kim? And like I said, go on to her Friday class. She can help you with a lot of different tasks and things like that. So thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
It's support@scottlebroymarketing.com. Okay, let's bring up our partners for this week. Come on up. Mike and Brandy's here. Brandy. And the S&K team.
Cindy?
You can go first because you were first in line.
Cool, thanks. You're doing a great job today, man. By the
And
way.
thank you for the donuts.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yes, do we still get them on Friday too?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Still donuts on Friday too. Okay. So, good morning. So, mortgage rates have been a little rocky over the past week or two. They've been climbing a little bit. There's a little bit of volatility that we're dealing with at the moment. So, as far as conventional loans are looking, we're looking at like mid 5s, some of them going into the high 5s if you're looking at like a condo or putting less than 20% down. If you're looking at FHA or VA, those government loans, you're still going to be in the high 4s. In regards to marketing, I'm doing a lot of open house flyers through not only list reports, but I do pricing flyers as well. Specifically right now in this kind of shift market, a seller buy down flyer is a really great way to open up the options to have a listing, have more access to more buyers, because by doing a seller buy down, you end up actually saving the client that's buying the home more money than if you were to just do a price reduction. And right now, since we have a lot of solid comps out there because the market's still shifting into slowdown, ideally those comps will actually help support the value so that we don't have to do a price reduction, and maybe we can save the client a little bit of money and create some more interest. If that was too high level for you and it kind of went over your head, or I spoke through it too fast, feel free to come talk to me about it, and I can go through all of the details and maybe show you some numbers to make a little bit more sense. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Molly. Hi, Brandy. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Are you doing a great job, Cindy? Good morning, everyone. Brandy Zamora, Fidelity National Home Warranty. So a couple of things I want to remind you guys today. I want to remind you guys about filing claims and to make sure the buyer knows what they're saying when they call. And what do I mean by that? Not like making something that it's not and getting your claim denied easily, right? So I had a homeowner the other day that called in, and they said they had a leak outside of the house. And remember, home warranty covers within the main foundation of the home, systems and appliances. And so the person on the other line said, well, we don't cover leaks outside of the home. So she called the realtor called me and said, Brandy, this was denied. Why? He's like, let me send you the pictures. He sends me pictures, and the leak was in the middle of the living room. So it was outside the home, meaning it was underneath the house, but that was the main foundation of the house, right? So what the buyer should have done is called in and said, I have a leak in the house. Can you send a plumber out? Like, keep it short and sweet, guys. Like, don't add all these other things that will get your claim denied easily. It was literally in the middle of the house, right? So just make sure, you just, hey, my washing machine's broken. It's an LG washing machine. Send a washing machine guy out to fix it, right? Keep it short and sweet like that. Now, other things. The new Leisure World brochure is out. It's here. The way you can tell the difference between this brochure and other brochures is this couple's playing golf. They're living a really nice life and playing golf every day, okay? The other brochure, that couple's not doing that. So that's how you tell the difference. I have some back here and I'll keep it out. Now, let me move on to some free stuff I'm going to give away to you guys today. So today I have 2 service call fee gift certificates for $85 each. Do you just want to, I don't know how we want to choose that. Maybe whoever just went into escrow or something, we could do that. And then Halley might have mentioned it a lot, and I'm just going to do it. Oh, look, it's right there. So look, I have it here too. I didn't even plan that. So I'm giving away 2 tickets to the drive-in. So if you have not signed up yet, see me after the meeting or call me. And if you just want to write down the names of 2 people. So please come. We have food trucks. What else do we have, Mike? Halley, what else do we have? Movie. It's an actual movie. That's the reason to go. But I'll give away 2 tickets. That's a $30 value. It is League of Their Own. So if you'd like to go and attend and money was an issue, please come. We also have a VIP lounge and all that good stuff. So that's it. And make it a great day. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brandy.
Thank you,
Brandy.
Yeah.
Brandy, your shoes are so awesome. I like looking, I'm like, oh my God, I love those shoes. Seriously, jealous.
And the Fidelity ladies, we haven't
Good
seen you
morning,
guys for a long time.
The rotation, some folks get in there, but good morning, everyone. Okay, guess what time of year it is? Woo, woo, woo. Calendar time of year.
Is that crazy? Are we talking about?
I know it's
calendars for
August,
next
but
year?
as everyone, if you've been in the industry a while, the title calendars start in September. So calendars are out. We've got our calendars. We brought some today, small and large in the back. If you need extras or whatever, just reach out to us, grab one, whatever you need. Couple quick things too. We wanted to just right now, we are getting a lot of calls every day, daily on accommodation recordings. So just for those of you, accommodation recording is basically just, someone you want to add someone to a title, to a deed, whatever that is, remove someone, something's changed, quit claim, but you want to have that deed drawn, and it's considered an accommodation because it's outside of a transaction. So it's an uninsured deed. Do us a favor, please, you guys. I know everyone loves helping their clients, but do not help your clients draw these deeds, okay? There's a lot of risk and liability that goes in with that. And most escrow companies will not even draw those deeds now because of the liability that's around that. We've been sort of seeing things out and change the title and the chain of title with just like one number off in a lot or a truck or whatever.
it puts that whole deed in a completely different chain of title. There's different things on the taxes and things that go on. Some people will copy a deed and take an order number off the deed that they're copying from when it's not a transaction, you know, it's kind of weird. So we have services for that. Title, we cannot draw deeds either. It's a conflict of interest for us, but we can help get them reported. But if you need that assistance, reach out to us, let us know. We've got a couple great companies that do a great job. They'll draw those deeds for your clients. They'll even take care of getting it recorded. And if you guys, if it's something you're going to be listing, or maybe you're getting ready to go open escrow on, and they want to get it recorded real quickly before escrow opens, do not let your clients take that deed down to record it on their own with county. It will get hung up in limbo. We won't see it for a while, so let us assist with that or facilitate if you're going to be doing anything like that, just so we don't have any hiccups during escrow.
Or don't mail it. I mean, if they
Yeah,
take it
just
to a window, that's
yeah.
okay, because they'll get confirmation right away,
Right.
but do not let them mail
Mail
to the
it.
county recorder, because those just go in a big stack. And then, yeah, we don't know who our seller is officially yet. So, and the other thing, just to piggyback on that a little, I mean, we've seen such, you know, everyone wants, like she said, everyone wants to be helpful, but we've seen it where they're copying a deed, like, and it's putting it in the trust, and something's wrong with that deed, and then it's not in the trust, and then something happens to the owners. I mean, there's like a ton of liability, so we just want to remind everyone, never should have a deed. On another subject, farming, we want to remind everyone, Total Farm, this program is phenomenal. If you do not have it and you want an account, please let us know. The latest update to this we love are the ads. So you can place a Facebook or Instagram ad directly through Total Farm. And what's different about that is it will go to your farm. So instead of having to do 15 miles out and this huge, you know, you can't really talk about something local because it's 15 miles is like another city where we, you know, in Long Beach, you're in another completely different area. You will get to the actual owners. Even if they're an absentee owner, your ad will show up on their feed. So it's really easy. It's like 4 steps. You do a radius, 2,000 records. We can walk you through this. You place your ad. We just added videos to this, so you can now do like a really quick video ad on that, and then carousel photos. So Richard.
Hey, on that, what percentage of for example, in my farm, I have 10,000 homes. What percentage of those homes do you believe you will have Facebook addresses?
That's a great question. I mean, it's like,
I mean, that's whoever has a Facebook account.
yeah, so we won't know that, but you will be able to see the analytics from it. So once you do an ad, you will be able to go in and manage and see who's seen it. You'll be able to see how many people are seeing it, what your responses are and things like that.
Where does it get the address location from? Is it like IP tracing, or does it have to actually see it?
Yeah, and it's basically the name and the zip code, and then there's the whole algorithm behind that. But
Yeah, with that property
that
address,
makes
they
I mean, it's, you know, it's data, and, you know, it's like, we get this question a lot too with like phone numbers and emails, and you can get those also off of our Total Farm. And there's gonna be problems sometimes. It's just gonna be like that. But we're hearing some really good feedback on this for the agents that are doing it. They're getting out. So you can do just listed, coming soon. You can do an open house invite on this, and just make sure though, you plan them out. So you want to give enough time for Facebook to approve that ad. So don't do it like the night before an open house. You need to do it like a few days out, but now you can schedule those. You can actually get the ad going, schedule it. You can retarget it. I mean, we're so excited because, I don't know, have any of you placed an ad on Facebook or Instagram ever?
It's a process.
It's a process, and then you figure it out, and then they change it, and you're like, oh my gosh, well, now how do I do that? This does it really, I'm not joking, 4 steps. So if you need an account, let us know. We'd love to help.
And then quickly, oh, you have a question?
Yeah, like the company that does the quick claim deed, because I get that a lot of clients wanted to say, how can I take my name off? I want to buy with them. So do they charge?
They do.
Okay.
Yep.
But you don't have an idea of the price.
About, I don't quote me on this, but I want to say a couple $100 usually, and then plus the recording fees. Which you're gonna have recording fees no matter what. But
Laguna Legal is one. There's
the Dock Center. So we have one in Orange
We've got a
County,
few
we have one in LA County. They do a great job.
Yeah.
And they record it, they do the whole thing and send you confirmation. So it takes you out of the middle of it, takes you out of the loop completely.
Are they attorneys?
A lot are paralegals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And just quickly, we're starting a new series called Title Tech Tuesdays with Teely. So I'm going to be doing this the
Say that
first
5 times fast.
Say it 5 times fast, remember it. The first Tuesday of every month at 9 a.m. It's going to be on Zoom. I'm going to be going over for the first series coming up on the 6th of September. It's going to be Fidelity Agent 1. So that's our buyer and seller net sheet app. So I'm going to be delving into that on Zoom, and you're going to see exactly how to utilize it in your business.
The cool thing too with Fidelity Agent One, you guys, so Teely's really gonna dig into a lot of our resources. You know, we talk about them, we want to get you implementing them, using them for your business. We invest in these for all of you. And so the Fidelity Agent One, she's gonna go into a lot of what you can do with social media. There's a ton of advert marketing on there available. But we're really excited about this. So this month, we're gonna start with that one. Next month, we're gonna show you how to do the Facebook ads on Total Farm and some other things, but we'll really dive into some of our tech products. So jump online, first Tuesdays of every month, 9 a.m. We're gonna always have them on Zoom, so you could be on vacation, do a little study at 9 a.m. And if you are, then go get your Bloody Mary.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Sorry, we had a lot.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, we're running just a few minutes over. I'm sorry. Thought I would be short, not long. But anyway, on the calendar coming up, we have commercial agent meeting today from 1 to 2. And that's going to be hosted by David Duchar and Benny from Austin. So that'll be exciting. And then Simon's doing 2 classes, Mindset Models and Massive Action. And that's on Friday, the 26th from 2 to 3. And then he's also doing, both of these classes will be in person and on Zoom, Understanding Contingencies and Contingencies Removals. That's Tuesday, August 30th from 2 to 3. And book club. If you haven't gotten a copy of the book, come see me and I'll see if I can find one. That's Tuesday, the 30th at 5 o'clock. And I know Kim Burley's always there, and so is Joni. They always enjoy it. I think Drake might come back one day. Maybe, if they let him back down. And there's no coaching session this Thursday with Fritz because he's at Mega Camp. And so that will be back on the 30th, no, the 1st of September. And then Halley and Deborah's sharpening your pencil with the RPA. And that class was hugely attended last week. That was great. It was so nice to see so many people in here. So, and if you're in the mentee program, I think it's pretty much required. And mastering the intro. Oh, this is on OpCity. So if you want to, a lot of you are signed up for OpCity. If you want to be able to ask some questions, learn some of the ins and outs, that is Monday, the 29th at 1 o'clock. And there's the QR code to scan and do the registered link. You have to be registered for that one. And we talked about new agent orientation with Kim every Friday at 3. Like I said, don't, just because you're not a new agent, still come. It's got a lot of great information that Kim goes over, or she'll just, you know, do a little tweaking and work with you on what you need. And gosh, we have a lot of classes. On the 1st, there's Valerie Condon doing her listing presentation. Again, if you're in the mentor program, if you're a mentee, this is something that you are pretty much required to attend. So please be there. And we're done.
Thank you.
We made it. Okay.
My whole last part.
The whole last part, is it Tuesday? It's your question day, isn't it? How many did you get to that? 3?
He's tapped out.